All right, folks, today we have a 2005 Kia Spectra EX four-door sedan. All right, I'll start it up. All right, as you can see, started right up there. And there's the mileage, 146,913. And there is an airbag light on it, it looks like right there. Okay, so there's a look at that. And the next thing we got is our those are headlights, our wipers. See those work. Our horn you can hear. And it does have power windows. Alright, swing it around to this side. Alright, and your drivers, which has the auto down, which is nice. Okay. Alright, and as you can see, we got power windows up. And, oh, one more thing before I forget, power mirrors. And here's the other side. Alright. Let's check our stereo. Oops, I just turned it off.
The first half was a fun, exciting trip.
Get better reception here.
A heated 3-in-1 hunting jacket valued at $400.
All right, as you can see, it does have a, the radio does work. I know the heat works as well because I had it running when I was cleaning the car or washing the car. Whoops, that's why it's not working. All right, so there's your heat. I can feel that right away. It's not really cold enough for heat. It's about 55 degrees, so you don't really need it on full blast like it is there. Okay. And it is an automatic. Like I said, this is actually a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, so it's going to be something that gets pretty good gas mileage. Okay, so let's have a look at the motor now. Alright, like I just said, this is a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder car. This is kind of the perfect commuter car. It's small, it's going to get pretty good gas mileage. And when you look at the body, it's got some dings and dents, so you don't really have to worry about, a brand new car keeping it nice and pristine, because this one has seen a little bit. So there it is. Let me let you guys listen to the motor here. All right, and as you can hear, it sounds it runs pretty good, as you can hear from listening to it. So like I said, again, that's a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder motor there. Alright, now let's check our tire tread depth. A little depth gauge. Alright, it's about 4/30 seconds on our front tire here. And it's already a little deeper there. Yeah, this is about 5/30 seconds on our rear tire. This is the passenger side. Okay. And then again, it's 4/30 seconds on that tire. And here's our front tire on our passenger side. Whoops. Okay. All right, and again, it's about 4/30 seconds. So really 4/30 seconds all around. So the tires aren't great. So that's something to maybe keep in mind when looking at the vehicle. All right, let's check out the inside. Now, the inside is a little stained, but there's not a lot of damage. You can see, the seat there, it's just kind of discolored and stained, but there's not a lot of damage on the vehicle, on the interior, on the floor here, on the floor mat. As you would imagine, the floor mat kind of takes the brunt of it. Okay. The dashboard's all nice and clean. It's not busted up. Okay, and here's a look at our, right along the edge there. Like I said, little staining, but really there's no big holes. There's not really much sign of wear and tear other than stains. There's not much damage, I should say. All right, and here's our door panel. Again, it's all nice. That's in good shape. The plastic looks good. It's not all busted up. And here is our door frame, or our door jamb. Alright, and as you can see, the door jamb's really nice and clean, no signs of corrosion or anything. And at the bottom of our door itself is basically spotless, so there's not much going on there. All right, and here's our rear. Now, the rear is probably the best out of the front two, or out of all the seats as far as staying. Like I said, as far as the actual physical condition, they're in pretty good shape, but the staining is mostly really on the driver's side, a little bit on the passenger side, so I'll show you that when I get up front. All right, there's our floor mat. Like I said, floor mats, that's what they're there for. All right, so maybe if you don't like these, you can just throw them out and get a new pair. You know, that's up to you. Or a new set, I should say. All right, and here's our door panel. And again, you know, the plastic's all nice and clean. It's not all busted up. And our door jamb here, and it does have a hit right here. It kind of goes back here, but you can see it doesn't, you know, impact closing the door. There's no rubbing or anything like that. All right, all the way down. And then the door itself. And again, we'll get down low, and you can see not a spot of rust or anything. So really, it's in pretty good shape as far as corrosion goes. All right, now let's check out our trunk. You do have a good-sized trunk back here. All right. And our trunk lid. Again, no corrosion on the underside of the lid here. Pretty good shape. I believe it does have a temporary, yeah, that's just the temporary donut, and the jack and everything, so all the stuff you'll need. While it doesn't have a full-size spare, it does still have the temporary tire. Okay. And again, our rear here, again, like I said, a little bit of staining, but really overall in pretty good shape. There's not any damage or anything like that. All right, and you can see the floor. I didn't do this earlier, but here the back of the driver's seat, or the passenger seat, and then the driver's seat. And again, you know, pretty good shape. And our door panel, nice and clean and nice and intact, so there's nothing busted up there. All right. And our door jamb. Okay, and the actual door itself, all the way down, you can see right down low there. Again, no corrosion, not a spot of rust or anything, so that's in pretty good shape as well. All right, so like I said, this is the most stained seat, obviously, because this is where the guy, you know, the driver sat most of the time. Like I said, there's no damage or anything, but just a little bit of staining. You know, just from being, you know, used all the time. And here's a shot of the floor. Okay. All right, and throw this back in here. Our door panel. And let's check out our door jamb here. All the way up and around. Again, you know, this car is really pretty clean. I say there is some stainings, but I don't mean there's not any damage or anything like that to any of the seats. The plastic's intact. It's not all busted up. Really, it's just a little bit of stainings there. And here's our door here. Again, no corrosion. All right, now let's get to the outside of the vehicle. Let me close the hood here. Alright, and as you can see, like I said, it's got a couple little dings and dents, so we'll start right here. First of all, you can probably see this straight away. This is the driver's side front fender here, and it just looks like it took a little hit there. It's a little scratched up on the front bumper. The paint's in pretty good shape. There's one little spot right there where it might have chipped off. You can see the rest of the fender. It's nice and bright and clean and shiny. There's no corrosion or anything in the wheel well. Alright, and moving along. Here's our roof. Again, nice and bright and shiny. You know, there's not really much going on the roof. It looks, you know, nice and clean. Okay, and here's our door. You can see that the paint's a little faded, but that's just the plastic handles. That kind of happens with a lot of these. And there's our molding, and I don't know if I can get you an angle. It does have a little dent right here. Again, like I said, just a little, maybe they opened the door and smacked into something, I don't know. Alright. And our other door here. looks like some paint's chipping off the plastic molding there. Nothing major there, and a little chippage down there. All right, but really overall the paint's in great shape. You know, it's not washed out, it's not coming up, there's not clear coat going missing. It's just got a couple spots where it got hit a little bit. So I'll show you those here in a second. Here's our rear quarter panel, and you can see our gas tank there, and again our wheel well. Like I said, no corrosion. This is a pretty clean car as far as that goes. The top of the trunk, nice and shiny, paint's good there. And then the back of the vehicle there, you can see this Kia Spectra EX. All right, and let me get a good all-around view of the bumper here. Okay, and you know, a couple scratches here and there, maybe a little scratches and stuff. And like I said, this is the spot where it's been hit. All right. Let me get you a shot of the roof again. Okay. All right, and then you can see a little bit of a kind of a gouge and scratch there, a little scratch there, and another dent there. But really, you can see it actually doesn't look too bad. The paint's actually, normally when you see this, the paint might start flaking off, and you might see some corrosion and stuff starting. But really, it looks overall pretty good considering. All right, so here's our door panel. Got a little bit of scratching there, and down low. Other door panel. Got a little scratch there. Okay. Alright, you know, it's hard to see. There's a little scratching there. But really overall there's the wheel well again. It's in pretty good shape. And I'll show you kind of a picture of our hood here. Alright, there you go. And a bumper up front. See a little paint coming off, but nothing major. Doesn't look like there's anything major hit on the front or the back. All right, so as you can see, it's a pretty decent looking car. And like I said, this would be a perfect, you know, pretty fuel efficient commuter car. If you're driving a lot, you don't really want to put a lot of miles on your nicer vehicles, or a first time drive or something like that. This would be something that would kind of be perfect, you know, because of the price and the condition of the vehicle. You don't have to worry and stress too much, you know, should anything happen to it. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, folks, is take it out for a test drive. Alright, folks, so now we're going to take this car out on a quick test drive up and down the road, and hopefully I'll be able to get it. Yeah, I should be able to get a brake check in as well. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just pull it on the road here, you know, accelerate up to the speed limit, just be quiet and let you guys listen. Alright, as you can see, not a problem, nice and smooth, all the way up to about 50 miles an hour. Shifted nice and smooth through all the gears, and I had no problem here. I even had to slow down and get around this guy here. And again, all the way up to 55, not a problem, you know, nice and smooth. And that guy kind of messed up my momentum there. So let me, what I like to do is normally just kind of take my hands off the wheel and let you guys see how the vehicle tracks down the road there. So let me do that again. But like I was saying, you know, the motor, you know, didn't have any problem getting up to 50 miles an hour. It shifted through all the gears, so really, so far, pretty smooth. There you go, hands off the wheel, tracking nice and straight down the road. And again, all the way up to about 50 miles an hour. Alright. We'd like to give you guys this test drive just so you can kind of see, get a feel. It's hard on the internet, I know, but how the vehicle runs and rides. I kind of give you my impressions of it. And for me, you know, it's kind of is what it is. It's a smaller vehicle with a smaller motor, and You know, it's not something, you know, like a big Cadillac or anything like that, so it might not be as smooth, but also it's going to be a lot better on gas, probably insurance, all the other things you got to factor in. So like I said, a good commuter car or a first driver. All right, what I'm going to do now is try to give it a brake check and some loose gravel over here. All right, and as you can see, the steering wheel didn't swing wildly to the left or right. The car didn't pull wildly to the left or right, so that shows you, you know, the brakes seem to be in pretty good condition. All right. All right, and surprisingly, there's not a lot of clunkiness in this car. I was kind of expecting to be a little clunky as far as the suspension goes, but it seems to be pretty good. Pretty great, you know, pretty smooth ride considering. Like I said, it's definitely not going to be like a Cadillac or the luxury vehicles, but it was a pretty good ride. All right, so now what we're going to do is give you one last walk around and a quick recap of the vehicle. Lock myself here. Okay. All right, folks, so like I said, this is a 2005 Kia Spectra EX with a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder motor. So you know you're going to get pretty good gas mileage, and there's our mileage on it. 146,915, 146,915 miles. All right. All right, and again, just one quick rock around. There's definitely a couple, you know, dings and dents and some scrapes, and you know, it's probably seen a little bit of driving, but it's still, you know, runs good, shifts good, tracks straight down the road, and really it does look pretty good. I know, you know, we kind of try to point out all the things wrong with it so you guys know, but if you were standing, you know, back a ways, you wouldn't really notice much of anything beside maybe a little dent here or there. All right, so the paint's in nice shiny shape. It does still have the Kia factory hubcaps. So overall, you know, it's in pretty good shape, and like I said, perfect for a first driver, perfect for a commuter car. So if that's something you're looking for, this might be the car for you. All right, folks, thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.